Absolutely. Well, as discussed in your book, Class with the Countess, it's not how hard you fall, it's how you get up and, recover. So did you, and this is literally the last question about this, because I want to talk about your cabaret. Did you hear from anyone on your cast from RHONY once this made national headlines?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. All the girls have been supportive, and I appreciate that. I put a message out on Instagram thanking everybody because I had so many beautiful messages from people, and it means a lot to me. I've I've had a lot of very good moments, again, filming and working in cabaret, and I pull myself up by my bootstraps. And I think that's the most important thing, is that when you do fall, it's how you get up that really does matter.
Absolutely. Well, I have seen your cabaret, as you say it, many a time. And just yesterday, I feel like I was donning my Santa hat and we were talking about all your Christmas shows, which were phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Here we are. So for people that haven't, like, what is this incarnation going to bring us as you go to 54 Below and you're heading out of the country to Canada this time?
Yes, I'm going, I'm doing my first trip out of the country to Toronto on June 3rd and Montreal on June 4th. Then I'm going off to Los Angeles at the end of June. The 23rd through the 26th, I'll be at the El Rey Theater. So super excited about doing Los Angeles again. I haven't been out there in a while with COVID and everything. So, this is an all new show. For me, each new show is about new music and things that relate to my life at the time. For example, I'll be talking about the things that have been happening in my life, and most recently this, because it is a part of my life, and that's what my cabaret shows are all about. I kind of integrate stories that are happening in my life, Ultimate Girls Trip that happened recently, all new music. As always, I do a Q&A with the audience, which is the fans' favorite part. I always have a kind of a video aspect. As I said, I have a great new director. And so you can expect an all new show. Of course, my last show was the holidays, so this will be totally different. I'm doing some pop songs that I'm really excited about. And some of my classics, of course, because I have to do some of my classics, but with a new spin.
Do you have a favorite of your classics? I mean, they're all just so good. Viva La Diva, Feeling Giovanni.
Well, I think that if I left the stage without doing money, people would be really upset. So, and we're going to have some chic C'est La Vie in there this time around, which I didn't have in the last show. So, it's, I'm excited to be back at 54 Below. That's where I got my start, that iconic theater. And, for me, it's like therapy to be back on stage. And I need the love. I need the love right now. I need the love and support of not only my family and friends, but my fans.
Is that really what you love best about performing? Like, it really feels this, and people love your shows and they come from all over. I think the night I went to your Christmas, someone was there from like Sweden or something, like, I don't even know, Australia,
England, Ireland. The show's huge in Ireland. Fans come from all over the world to see the shows. And of course, it means the world to me that they're so supportive. And I always say, I could trip and fall and they would be like, Countess, you did that so elegantly, So, it means a lot to have fans from all over the world who come and see my shows. And now I'm actually leaving the country to go and do shows. And, I'm super excited. It's going to be a great show. It's a fun time, as you know. And, I work hard on cabaret. I take it very seriously and I love performing. And I love people. I love that people love the show and it gives me so much joy. So that's what I need right now. I need that joy of the music and the songs. And so I'm super excited to get back on tour.
What about, I mean, it's a different type of animal, but Sonja's going out on her cabaret tour. Have you given Miss Morgan any advice? I don't think
it's cabaret. I think she's doing more comedy.
Yeah, it's comedy.
Right. Well, let's face it, Sonja is hysterical. So I think this is right up her alley. And listen, there's room for everybody. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm a supportive friend and I support Sonja and I just wish her the best.
What advice would you give her on this tour? Just being on the road, like, this is old news for you now. You're a pro at it.
Well, my best advice probably be don't drink before you get on stage. I never do, but I don't, I don't know what Sonja's up to, but that, and just be yourself. And that's what people come to see, is really is they come to see me. They come to see, what songs I'm going to sing, and what stories I'm going to tell. They come prepared with questions that they want to ask me, because I do a Q&A. And so I think just being you, and that's also true on the Housewives. I think if you come with an agenda, that it's a different experience. I think that people come to love people that are really themselves, because the camera doesn't lie, and the audience doesn't lie. So I think that it's important to do you, and enjoy it. And that's the whole point, is really to enjoy what you're doing. And if you're not enjoying it, then it's probably not a good idea.
Totally. Well, listen, you have been keeping the masses entertained on Ultimate Girls Trip, first on Peacock, and now it's having a whole second life on Bravo.
I know, which is great, which is awesome.
From someone who knows you, like I've known you for years now, look, your relationship with Ramona, we've seen for 13 seasons, has been up and down, right? Knowing you, it seemed that when she started going into the past and relationships and bringing stuff, you seemed really upset, knowing you, even as a viewer, but just knowing you seemed really upset.
Well, I was upset because, sometimes Ramona has a way of putting her foot in her mouth, and it was kind of great to see that how the other women reacted to her, because I'm kind of used to Ramona's antics, and to have the other women see her in her Ramona mode, or Ramona isms, was kind of fun. I was like, where's the popcorn? I mean, this is kind of fun to watch Ramona being watched by the other ladies, and then, kind of realizing that, Ramona is quite a character, and they're like, well, how do you deal with this? I'm like, well, I've been dealing with it for a long time. Listen, Ramona she's a character. She truly does have a heart of gold in there. And, I just saw Ramona not long ago in Florida, and we got through it. We had our moments. And I think I handled it pretty well. And I think she understood, and I hope she grows from it.
Has it changed your relationship in any way, positive, negative, or is it just...
No, I think it changed our relationship in a positive way.
That's good.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of things that were kind of buried that we never really talked about. And I think it came up on the girls' trip, and I thought that it was great to deal with it, and and bury the hatchet and move on.
Well, like you say, these other women get to go home to their cities, and you have to come home and see Ramona. So
right.
Exactly. What was it like being there with Teresa? Because it was right when she kind of started first dating Louis. Was Teresa as smitten as we all?
Teresa was, totally, smitten and in love and living her best moments. And, I love that. I love to see people in love. It's such a beautiful thing to watch. There's nothing like the very beginning. And so I was really happy for her. And I think everybody else was too. Poor Kenya was going through a divorce, and and she's all gaga with Louis, and I at that point was just very happy doing my thing, and being alone, because I'd rather be alone than be in bad company. And so but I'm sure that day will come for me, and and again, timing is everything in life. And for Teresa, it came when she least expected it.